Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to 10 Karens who ruined their own lives. Now, this is going to be, we all know that there's, in the last sort of 5, maybe 10 years, the, Karenitis, as I like to call it sometimes, has just exploded. People just not being able to behave normally, like not being able to, compose themselves in public places. They want things their way, basically like grown-up babies. That's a good way to put it. People that just still almost are like toddlers mentally. Like they throw tantrums, they want things their way now. They want people to, if it's on the road, they think that they can just take the lane over. They can move into whatever lane they want without looking in their mirror to see if it's safe. And then when they get called out on it, they get angry. It's just bizarre what's happened, honestly. And I'm glad that actually it can come around and, affect you. Like if you behave in a completely unacceptable way, there should be consequences for it. You shouldn't be allowed to just get away with it. So I'm eager to see what happens to the 10 Karens in this video, just to see, what they did and what, the penalty they paid. So this should be really interesting. Let's do it.
He's a black man, and he's going to protect the brown man from this white woman.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Karens who ruined their own lives.
49-year-old James Ianazzo is seen throwing his shake at the teenage employees.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most
That is assault.
opinionated and entitled folk who, through their own terrible actions, received some righteous and delicious karma. Have you ever met a Karen in real life? Let us know in the comments.
The way she's picking up that dog.
Number 10, Kefab Kelly. In 2018, Darion Tolles attempted to go inside his apartment building in St. Louis, Missouri. However, Hillary Brooke Mueller wasn't keen on that idea. She stood in his way and blocked his path. As they spoke, Mueller acted as though she owned the building. She didn't, and kept asking which unit Tolles lived in, demanding to see his key fob.
How dare you? Who do you think you are?
All I'm asking is what unit?
But I don't need to tell you that information, ma'am.
If you want to come into my building.
It's not your building, you're not the owner.
Even though he had a key to get in, she continued harassing him inside after Toll had to force his way past her.
No.
Excuse me.
What?
No.
Excuse me.
What is her problem?
Where are you going?
Once the video was released, many accused Mueller of being racist. However, she claimed it was because she didn't recognize Toll.
Is she crazy? Are you crazy? What makes you the authority on who is allowed into the building? You don't own the building.
Regardless, Mueller's employer, Tribeca STL, fired her for her dodgy behavior.
Her now former employer has issued a statement about her firing using the words racism and racial profiling.
Number 9, Texas Karen.
Guys, come on. We can agree that her behavior there was completely out of order, right?
If they are so great in your country, then stay there.
In 2022, a group of 4 Indian American women were walking to their cars after dinner in Plano, Texas. Instead of going home after a nice night, they had to endure the racist tirade of Mexican American Esmeralda Upton.
Go back to India. Why?
Hold on, so she's Mexican American? So I'm guessing she might be an immigrant herself? What's going on?
We don't want you here.
Using a flurry of slurs and insults, the unhinged Upton also struck the women several times and threatened them.
Come closer. Come closer. Oh my God, guys, record. She's hitting me. She's hitting me.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Feeling in danger from the abuse and
crazy.
attacks, they called the cops who arrived shortly after. Later on, Upton was arrested for assault and making threats. But that's not all. At the time of writing, 2 of the 4 women, Bidisha Rudra and Indrani Banerjee, have issued lawsuits against Upton for the traumatizing incident. Number 8, Permit Patty.
Wow, man. What was her problem? Genuinely. Jeez.
Have you ever seen a child harmlessly selling something on the street to raise money for something and thought, yeah, I'm gonna ruin their life? If so, you and Allison Edel could be besties.
This woman don't want to let a little girl sell some water.
In 2018 in San Francisco, 8-year-old Jordan Rogers was selling bottled water on the street to help her mom financially and go to Disneyland. Edel, infuriated by the constant noise as she worked from home, called the cops about Rogers' lack of a permit.
You can hide all you want.
Really?
The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Yeah, and illegally selling water without a permit?
As you can imagine, this didn't go down well with the internet, which pointed out the racist overtones. With all that pressure and dispensaries refusing to stock products from Edel's employer, she was forced to resign as CEO of the cannabis company Treatwell Health.
It is Miss Attell's belief that Treatwell, its employees, and patients should not have to suffer because of a situation that occurred in an escalated moment.
Number 7.
My goodness. So she was complaining about the noise outside of her building, but if she's only selling water, like how much noise could they really be generating? Like, can I have a bottle of water, please? Okay, that'll be $2 or whatever it is. And then that's it. Like, what? I'm trying to rationalize her behavior, but I can't see any excuse for it. Really? Calling the police on a little kid selling water?
Victoria's Secret Karen.
What in the world?
In 2021, something strange happened at a Victoria's Secret store in Millburn, New Jersey, while Ijoma Ukenta was doing some shopping. Ukenta reportedly claimed she asked Abigail Elphick to step back as she was too close when they browsed. So she went to the staff and told them Ukenta threatened her. When Ukenta began filming, Elphick attempted to hit her before she sobbed on the floor.
Mate,
I never
what
thought
is
nothing like this
going
would happen
on?
to me. She just tried to run and hit me. And now she... Did you see her?
Later,
This-
Elphick stated her reaction was due to a panic attack from being filmed.
What is going on? What is going on?
In the aftermath, Ukenta created a GoFundMe page for legal costs against Elphick. Within the page, she also criticized the handling of the situation by the security and police. At the time of writing, over $104,000 has been donated.
Wow.
Number 6.
Come on. Like, I just don't understand. So the woman who's being videoed didn't like the woman filming because she was too close to her when they were browsing. It's a store. Like, it's a store. You might be browsing the same section. Like, she was just being a very dramatic person, in my opinion. Like, overly so.
Coughing Karen. As most people came together during the global events to support each other, some did their best to do the opposite. In 2021, masked shoppers in a Super Saver store in Lincoln, Nebraska, attempted to get their groceries calmly. However, Janine Hoskovec had other ideas. With a smirk on her unmasked face, she dramatically coughed at people, pretending it was allergies.
Excuse me, I'm coming through.
Oh, mate, she's disgusting. Ugh.
When folk protested Hoskovec's grotesque actions, she patronizingly called them cute and sheep before descending into a rant about other people's health. After a very quick investigation, her employer, the software company SAP, fired Hoskovec.
Well, guys, a team of internet sleuths quickly identified the woman seen in this video, and in a matter of days, she's now lost her job.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Smoothie thrower.
Mate, how would you feel if you were in a store and someone coughed in your face deliberately? What would you do? Let me know in the comments.
2022,
Disgusting.
employees at Robex in Fairfield, Connecticut were trying to get through the day. Well, not on James Iannozo's watch.
As a person who's had multiple customer service jobs, I've dealt with people like this, and I don't think we get paid enough to deal with it.
After buying a smoothie there, he gave it to his son at home, who had an allergic reaction. After medical attention, Iannozo arrived at the store and launched into a tirade of insults, slurs, and threats.
You don't know who made it?
There's 4 of us here, so we honestly don't.
you're in high school kids.
However, the employees claimed he never mentioned the peanut allergy to them. He finished it off by throwing the smoothie at the staff.
49-year-old James Ianazzo is seen throwing his shake at the teenage employees.
Mate.
I'm calling the police.
Well, it all went wrong for Ianozzo. Firstly, he was arrested and received 1 year of probation. Then, Ianozzo was fired by Merrill Lynch. Finally, he faced a lawsuit from one of the employees. But in September, the case was settled for $7,500.
Man. Look, I totally understand your son has an allergy, but if you didn't mention the peanut allergy, you can't expect them to know that. If he did mention it, then he's got, every right to be upset. But then you don't launch the cup at a person's head. Now you got fired and you had to pay the legal bill and $7.5 grand. Very expensive.
Number 4.
And you've got a criminal record now.
San Fran Karen. James Waneo was probably pretty startled in 2020 when he turned around and saw Lisa Alexander staring at him, looking like a mix between a character from Smile and Get Out. At the time, he had just finished writing Black Lives Matter with chalk on a property in San Francisco. Well, Alexander and her husband Robert apparently knew the person who lived there.
And you don't know if I live here or if this is my property.
We actually do know. That's why we're asking.
Oh, really? Because you live here, right? You said so.
Because we know the person who does live here.
Oh, okay.
This is odd since Wanillo actually resided there for years. The couple then called the cops on the activist.
I think they had a problem with the message, and I also believe that they thought I was hurting property values. That's Karen, and she's calling the cops.
Once the video was released, Alexander had to put the website of her company, LaFace Skincare, offline temporarily, and she publicly apologized to Wanillo, while Robert was fired from the financial firm Raymond James. Number 3, radio.
Man, oh my God. I think it's a difficult one, that one. I think her as a business person, she should have known better. She should have just even if you don't agree with the message, right? I would be thinking, okay, I'm a public figure because, I run a business that relies on the public buying my products. If I behave this way on camera, how is it going to affect me? You got to think with logic in life.
Karen. It's not every day a Karen films her own terrible behavior for the world to see and judge.
He's a black man, and he's going to protect the brown man from this white woman.
But Diana Ploss is on another level considering she had a little bit of fame. In 2020, through Facebook Live, the conservative radio host recorded herself berating landscapers in Nashua, New Hampshire, as they were working on the street.
What's the first thing I do? Go for my phone. Gotta do a live stream. Have to show people what's going on.
Ploss seemingly had an issue with the workers speaking Spanish.
Okay, but it is America.
Really?
It is America. You should be speaking English.
She repeatedly told them to speak in English before asking if any of them were, quote, illegal, and saying their work was, quote, communism. Jeez. Afterward, the radio station WSMN cut ties with Ploss and the show she had hosted there for the past couple of years.
We at WSMN value freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and assembly. We will not tolerate discrimination, racism, or hatred.
Number 2, family of Karens. In 2021, Johnny Martinez was doing his job by checking cars for permits in the car park of a residential building in Nashville, Tennessee. However, he realized he was being followed by a Karen family duo, Bitsy Brennan and her son Edward. The two demanded to know what he was doing there, ignoring the ID badge around Martinez's neck.
Call the cops.
You gonna call the cops?
Yeah, this is not your apartment.
It's not my apartment.
Yes. Cool.
I don't need to tell them anything.
Do you have an ID on you, maybe?
Things quickly escalated when Edward attempted to attack Martinez in response to him filming the confrontation.
You attacking me? Seriously?
Get that phone out of your mouth.
What?
In response, Bitsy called the cops to come and sort this out. However, the duo apparently left before the police arrived. Once the video went viral, Bitsy was reportedly fired from her job at UBS, while Edward was charged with assault.
Now you're leaving. Okay. Yeah, it's unsafe. Yeah, no worry. I'm gonna have you arrested, buddy.
Before we continue,
I just don't get how people don't think of the potential consequences of behaving like this on camera. Like, haven't they seen enough, people getting like cancelled and stuff like this? It's just like, why are you behaving like so dumb? like, where's the brains?
be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Central Park Karen.
God, I hate the way she is picking up this dog. I don't like it, honestly. It's annoying me.
Incident hadn't been filmed, it could have ended poorly for the victim.
My God.
She understood the power she wielded at that moment to call police as a white woman on a black man as a scary black man.
In 2020, Christian Cooper was in Central Park in New York City, enjoying some bird watching. But he spotted Amy Cooper, no relation,
I hope they took this dog away from her, man. She should not have pets.
with her dog that was off its lead, against the park's rules. When Christian asked her to leash the dog and then offered it a treat, Amy exploded. While strangling the poor pup as she held its collar tightly, she called the police, put on an act, and claimed, quote, an African-American man threatened her.
This woman is evil.
Wow.
Please call the cops.
I'm gonna tell them there's
I can't even look.
threatening my life.
After the backlash, Amy temporarily gave up her dog to a shelter and was fired by her employer, Franklin Templeton.
Absolutely.
She later took them to court for illegal dismissal, only to lose.
Good.
In a tweet, Cooper's employer, Franklin Templeton Investments, saying they don't tolerate racism of any kind.
Did you enjoy this video?
Oh my
Check out
God.
these other clips.
All of them were bad, but that last one was definitely a worthy number 1. That woman, honestly, she is just deranged. Like, not only how she treated that man in the park, like, who was right, like, leash your dog in public, but the way she was treating that dog, in my opinion, was just, there are a few words. There's words that I would like to use, but they'll get me in trouble. Like, that was just evil, in my opinion. That dog, it looked like it was, I'm not gonna say, it was awful. I'm glad she was fired. She should never be allowed to own dogs again, in my opinion, because she's just not to be trusted. I just don't get what's happening in society. I just hope that, things will turn back around. It feels like before, I think there's a bit of a meme online, like, there's a saying that everything changed in 2012. And, it's a bit of a joke, but I actually think, 2012, around that time when social media, kind of became huge. Like, I definitely, looking back, can see a correlation with, behavior just going down. Like, it seems in 2012, things just changed for the worse. I'm hoping we can turn things back around because, I just don't think anybody likes Karens personally. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.